One of my favorite things about being a father is um, when you're a kid, the whole world's a really unique and wonderful and mysterious place. The infinite mystery behind what is a fork or what's that thing spinning on the ceiling. We kind of forget about how wonderful and inspiring this world is as we get older. And when you have kids, you get to see the world fresh again through their eyes. Helps you reset a little bit and appreciate things. Um, this video is covering two aspects of my childhood. One, the earliest memories I have riding around in a truck with my dad, and two, what I consider to be the coolest car I'd ever seen, and kind of a dream car of mine growing up that I thought was well beyond something I'd ever get. Um, it's a pretty cool day. So let's get into it, and hope you guys enjoy. A friend passed me along a phone number of somebody who was looking for some Model A sheet metal. Um, Trying to buy some rear fenders, and so I gave the guy a call, and I talked to him, and he said, "Oh yeah," he said, I'm looking for some rear fenders, maybe a front fender, but I don't know. I don't know if the car is even really worth building." And I said, "Oh, what are you working on?" He said, "Oh, it's a 1930-31 Roadster." And I said, "Wow." I said, "What kind of shape's it?" He said, "Oh, it's real rusty and real rough." He said, "I think I'm just going to cut the trunk of it off and make a pickup out of it." After maybe briefly shouting no at the phone, um, I said, "Hey, I've got a Model A pickup, 3031. Maybe we should trade." Um, that's kind of where we got started on this path.
That's a good cow.
That green 5 window in the foreground there is his grandfather's car he bought new. It's been something he's been restoring, and metal repair is not really his forte, and so that's really how we got to this trade. This Roadster's got a lot of crusty spots. It's got a lot of patches that need made, and if you're having to buy all those patches and you don't have the ability to put them in, the cost would be astronomical to trying to put this body back together. The pickup cab that I'm trading him is in a lot more solid shape. It's a lot more straightforward. And, in the end of the day, he's got that other coupe. He's tickled and he's real happy. He even called me when I was on my way home and told me how happy he was with the deal. And I told him I was happy too, and everything's great. That's the best kind of deal. And everybody comes out, feeling like they won and feeling like they got what they were after. So. When I was a kid, we lived in Alaska, and my dad had this blue pickup. We called it Old Blue, and it was a mid-70s AMC Jeep pickup, J10 short bed. And those are back in the days where 4 or 5-year-old didn't need a car seat, and I just rode around the front seat, that shoulder strap, digging into my neck and tuck it around behind my shoulder, and Dad would tell me I have to wear it around front for safety. And anyway, a lot of childhood memories, going to the store and running around up in Alaska with Dad in that truck. It wasn't really a family rig. It was more just whenever I was riding around with Dad, him and I. Mom had a car, so we would, we'd go around in that when we were all together. But it's I have memories of burning my thumb on the cigarette lighter when I figured out what that red glowing ring was. I got memories of that little piece of paper hanging down off the headliner, or it had peeled a little bit. My dad leaving me out in the car while he went in the store, and him coming out to a whole lot more pieces peeled off than there had been before. Just the thought of which makes me cringe at this point, but it's kind of funny too. Cute. But recently we decided to get rid of my modern 22 Tacoma, as it doesn't really fit our family. So we started thinking about how I need a pickup. I gotta have something I can go hunt in. I gotta have something that I can haul parts in the back of, or building supplies or whatnot. And I thought, I've always had a little bit of a fond place in my heart for those Jeep pickups. And I started looking around. They're kind of rare these days. But I tracked one down in Washington. It's 4 hours away. And started working on a deal. I made it. I spent about 14 hours in the car driving, and managed to pull off getting a truck that really spurs memories of my childhood, memories of my dad, and a Roadster that I really never thought was possible. I never thought it was in the cards for me. Um, it was a successful day, and one that left me very appreciative of the life I live, very appreciative of my wife, very appreciative of my parents, my upbringing, very appreciative of the chance I get to be a dad. Um, it's a blessed life I live. All in all, it's a pretty solid looking truck. It's got some rust. Most Jeep pickups have some rust. It's got some. It's going to need a couple patches. It's going to need some floor pans. But, walking around, it's really straight. The rockers are good. It's had electronic ignition put in it. It's had a single wire Chevy alternator put in it. Fires up. It might need a carb rebuild, but it runs okay. I've even heard guys say that with these inline sixes, if you get the carb dialed in right, you can get low to mid 20s mile per gallon, which would be pretty cool. So here's the Roadster. You can see the Roadster is pretty crispy. It looked good at first. It used to be blue, and then it has this really cool brush painted black at one point, and then it was painted red over that, so it was a hot rod at one point. She's crusty. She's got some issues. It's all very fixable, though. I'm very thankful, and yeah, she's gonna be cool. This is gonna stay with me. I'm not selling it. It's gonna be featured on the channel. We'll do some rust repair. I actually have a buddy, Rocky, who's he's got a 3031 Roadster that also has a bunch of rust damage. So I think we'll probably do a series on the pair of them, get them both side by side, and do some repairs. But yeah, it's pretty neat seeing the history on the side of this thing, and the brushwork. Somebody, just like everybody says back in the day, somebody got a can of house paint or whatnot, and they brush painted it on, got it black. It only came in blue and black, right? So that's yeah, pretty neat. Here's a few parts I picked. 36, 30, 35, 36 Ford spare tire ring. Makes for good fenders. I think this is 47 through 48 Ford heater. It's got a good chrome on it, and then some wide fives. But yeah, it was a pretty fun trip. It's pretty neat. I'll do a proper introduction video on the Roadster once I get it unloaded. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.